Hello again, fellow YouTubers. The Gooch back with another video review. This time, this is a review dedicated to those wishing to protect their iPad, specifically while in transit or in other forms of carrying it around. I personally was looking a lot of places for a way to protect my iPad, specifically while I was in my truck, at the job site, things like that, when I wasn't actually using the device. I came around and found a case that I thought was pretty cool, and it is the Pelican i1075 hardback case. And the beautiful thing about this is it really does protect the iPad while in travel. It's also waterproof, I think to like 3 meters or something like that, or 3 feet. And dustproof, obviously, that goes along with that as well. It's a really nice hard case. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into it and show you what I like and what I don't like about the case. So like I said, here's the box that it came in, and here's the case itself. I'm not a huge guy about packaging and all the doohickeys that come with it about the different series of cases and stuff like that. They actually do make bigger ones that are more for laptops and stuff like that. But here she is, and this is the Pelican hardback case. Now I actually have my iPad in here, and I'm going to go ahead and get it open. This is obviously tailored specifically for the iPad, and I'll show you exactly what that means. But here's my iPad, and it does work if you have a smart cover, and in my case I have my in-case magnetic snap case on the back. I have it all ready to go. This is obviously my new iPad. I put a little cloth to wipe the screen off. It has specific holding capacity for the Apple Bluetooth keyboard, and then underneath that even has a little more capacity for some cables. I have my little what do you call it, a square card reader in here. I can put an iPod in here as well as a stylus of some sort. Now this is obviously probably the largest stylus you're going to find. This is the Cosmonaut, and it doesn't actually specifically fit underneath the lip, and if you actually put the keyboard in here, you can see it kind of bubbles up a little bit from it. But like I showed you, and you don't have to, obviously I don't have to have that in there. It fits just fine. There's actually enough room for everything to get in there just nice and snug, and it closes just fine. With that said as well, if I was to take my iPod out and take my iPhone, which I have a really bulky OtterBox case, which I love and hate as well, it also fits. It's actually above the rim here as well, almost as thick as the Cosmo, not quite. And again, this will allow your thing to fit just fine and seal up. Now obviously with its sealing, with the waterproofness, because it's thicker in the middle, I wonder if it actually does, if you can actually see that. If I squeeze it, you can actually see it go down further. So let's try this. Let's actually take the bulky materials out. Go ahead and clap her shut. And it's still like that. Could be from the iPad itself. Let's go ahead and do a little on-video diagnosis. Let's take all the cases off, put the iPod in like it's supposed to go. And now I'm actually, I'm hooked up to compressed now. So even with that, you know, it still does that. It might be one of those things that you want to do a test on, or maybe I can do a test and write about it later. I don't really like to put my stuff in water if I don't have to, though. So even for a review, I can. But there's a lot of video reviews out there about showing it, and it does work very well against water. So that's it. My iPad's back in the case. So like I said, the other really cool option about this is specifically for lap use. You can actually keep the keyboard in there, and I can just open up the smart cover, leave it in my magnetic snap case as well, or take it out, either way, and it goes down in this little groove. Allows it to sit up kind of like a laptop. Now, it can be a little awkward because you do have these ridges right here that your hands kind of bump against. But at the same time, it's typing like this. You can type a lot faster on this keyboard than you could on the iPad keyboard. At least myself, I can. I really do like the iPad keyboard, and it doesn't bother me at all. But having a nice mechanical keyboard is really nice. If these were a little lower or something, I don't know how they'd redesign it, but because how this form fits to the iPad is awesome. So with that said, let's put this stuff back in. And there's a future review coming to you soon on the Cosmonaut. you can you put the iPad in there just like so, and like I showed you earlier, this is a really easy way to, this cloth is so large, folding it up into a small little chunk, it kind of is almost pointless. If you had a smaller cloth, it actually works. I had a smaller one, my kids lost it on me, so kind of got screwed in that department. And then shut the case up, and you're good to go. Now, if you watched my review on my iPad, I had this is actually my second iPad because my first one I actually dropped, and not out of my hands, but it hit the corner right here on my case and then actually shattered the screen. This whole corner of the screen here. Now, I paid the money and I just got myself a different one. Now I have insurance on it. However, when you in this case, and basically this is exactly what happened to me. I was in a vehicle traveling in the back seat, and I had put everything in place, and I got distracted, just kind of closed the lid, and went away for a while to do something. Came back, you know, whatever it was, half hour later. Got in the car when I was dropped off at my house. I just grabbed the strap and lifted, and then everything came tumbling out. So, the downfall to this case is it's not like a standard leather case where everything goes in vertical and you grab the strap and everything, even if you have everything open, everything just stays in there because it's all vertical. It has to come out at the top. Not in this case, because this is a clamshell design that everything is dependent on this one latch. So if you have everything put back exactly where it's supposed to be, before you go anywhere, you want to make sure that this right here is secured. Now once it's secured, it's a very good latch, and you can see behind it is actually the pressure relief valve here. But this latch is this one right here is what holds everything in. Everything is dependent on this latch being secure. So if there's one thing I could say to Pelican, if you're watching this video, if you could come up with an ingenious way without making, you know, the case more of a pain in the butt, to make sure that you have a secondary safety latch of some kind, that would be awesome, because I've already trashed one iPad in doing this. And obviously it wasn't Pelican's fault, it's my fault, and I didn't pay attention to it, but it was open like this. I didn't see, or you know, even like that, and it's kind of hard to see. It's not popping way out, but between that and that is a huge difference. That really is my only gripe on this case, to be honest, because everything else on it, the shoulder strap isn't too bad. It's actually works really good. You can actually throw it over your shoulder real good. Everything is very secure in it. The keyboard, which obviously is right here, is actually held down by these pads right here on each side, which actually go around. If we lift the iPad, stick it in here, actually see how it fits in between those rubber pads. Those come down and push against the keyboard, so the keyboard's not basically slamming into the back of your iPad. And then the iPad has the rubber feet here, and then gets pushed against more of these corners, and then it has a relief zone right here for the screen, so the screen isn't getting pushed on by anything. So with that said, that is the Pelican i1075 hardback case for your iPad. So I thought I'd just show you real quick before I go, is obviously here's the iPad case, everything's inside. It has the nice shoulder strap, which you can just basically throw on, just like any kind of messenger bag, and just kind of go about your day and carry it wherever you need to carry it. This is actually my favorite part because it's a nice, small, thin profile. Hangs over your shoulder really good, not too heavy. It does have a little bulk to it without everything, and specifically when you put everything in there, it gets, I mean, it's not too heavy, but it stays out of my way, and I don't have to worry about banging into things because everything is really well protected. The hardback case really does well. And there are actually several good reviews out there testing the durability of the case, and there are a couple of reviews out there showing how good it does underwater. So check out those as well. Well, there you have it. That is the Pelican i1075 hardback case for the Apple iPad. Specifically, it fits the iPad, iPad 2, and the new iPad as well. And it, obviously, like you saw, fits it very, very well. And it fits everything in there, and you obviously can get that Apple Bluetooth keyboard in there, which I'm happy about because the Apple Bluetooth keyboard, in my eyes, is far superior to any other iPad-specific keyboard that is out there that I've actually felt with, and my friends have a couple of them, and while they're great, I'm glad I can take that little keyboard with me. And then of course, if you have a stand at home that you can put the iPad in, then you can use that keyboard and just set it on the desk and type away. So you don't have to buy another piece for your iPad if you already have it. You can just buy this case and put it both in there. And then if you do anything with the iPad at the office, then you have the same thing. Like I said, the only gripe I have about the case, to be honest, is the vulnerability to the latch. And specifically that if the latch was to come undone, everything goes to the ground. There is no other way to do it. Everything goes to the ground, which sucks. Maybe if they came up with a small bungee system inside, I don't know how they do it without it being a pain in the butt, because one of the best things about this case is that once you open, you have easy access to everything and nothing is in your way to get it out. Since I've had that one mishap, I have made sure every time I pick it up that the snap is closed, and I've not had any incidents since. But it does protect the iPad when traveling. It really does, and it does a fantastic job, and it has the ease of access. So if you're at the airport, you can just open it up, and there you go. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please comment below if you have anything to say about it. If you have any questions, you can comment or send them to me directly. Subscribe above. And if you'd like to promote this channel, go for it. If you'd like to support us, click on the links. The advertisement that is on this page. And I appreciate you watching. Again, this was the Tech Gooch with another video review. And of course, this one was for the Pelican i1075 hardback case. So thanks again for watching.